The following is a Podbeard production.
EST 2016. This is interviews, music reviews, opinions, and more. This is The Hodder Show.
What is up, everybody? We're rolling on here today on episode 264 of The Hodder Show. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Thanks so very much for tuning in and clicking that play button on today's episode of the podcast. I've got a really fun episode for you here today, as I try to do every single week here on The Hodder Show. I sit down and have a chat ski with my man John Ward from Nothing Serious. We haven't talked to John in a while, and the last two episodes I had John on, we didn't really even talk about the band too much, and they had a lot going on last year and this year, so we cover a lot of ground talking about their most recent singles as well as the singles they dropped last year, the beginnings of the band, and kind of just how the whole thing started, and we dive into the singles in depth. You also are going to get to hear their 3 latest singles at the end of the episode, so be sure to stay tuned for that. They are 3 very badass tracks. You guys are going to enjoy this conversation with John. It wouldn't be a conversation with the two of us if we didn't go off about TV shows and Family Guys and stuff too. So have a fun little segue between the music chat to have some really fun conversations about that. So before we get into that, though, I of course want to thank everybody for their support on last week's episode of the show. Of course, I did another Ask Hodder Anything, and that was fun. Recorded from the front seat of my car. Obviously, this week I'm back in my normal setting. Still crazy busy with some big but exciting, fun life changes, which I will definitely let you guys know about soonish. I'm not quite ready yet to announce a big change that's happened in my life, but it's something very good. Something I've worked for a long time, so it's very exciting. But I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, so to speak. Well, we are ready to roll into this podcast here today in my chat with John Ward from Nothing Serious. Before we do, of course, we're going to hear a quick word from one of the fine sponsors that help keep the Hodder Show rolling. Let's get into it. Hey man, is your beard dry? Got some major itch going on, or maybe you are a sufferer from the dreaded beard dandruff. If this sounds like you, I've got the solution. Make your beard the meanest it's ever been with Mean Beard. Mean Beard is an exceptional beard care line offering the world's meanest beard oil, beard balm, both of which come in 5 different scents. They also offer a one-of-a-kind beard enhancer, Mean Whip. Their products are specially formulated with the richest natural carry oils and the finest ingredients to help you grow a glorious, healthy, and full mean beard. Proudly made in Ohio, USA for the meanest beardsmen. Now, I personally have used these products for over 3 years, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that they are amazing, and it has truly helped my beard so much. Not to mention that the people responsible for this company and behind this company are freaking amazing human beings. Can't say enough great things about them. Check out their beard care products, combs, and swag on the web at meanbeardco.com. That's mean, MEAN, beard, BEARD, co.com. When you go on there and check out, be sure to use my code MB15TJH. That's all uppercase MB15TJH. And you'll save 15% off your order. 15%. What are you waiting for? Go on there right now, and while you're at it, be sure to check out Mean Beard on Instagram, as well as join Mean Beard's community on Facebook. And always remember, folks, it's not just the beard, it's the attitude. Okay, so I'm super, super excited, if you guys can't tell by the sound of my voice, because I have literally one of my favorite people on the freaking planet on the show here today. It has been way too long since we've talked to him, so I hit him up, was like, hey man, literally what are you doing tomorrow night? And he was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So he's here making it happen with me, and I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, the frontman and bassist extraordinaire for a fantastic band, Nothing Serious, who are killing it this year right now, my friend, Mr. John Ward. John, my man, how are you? What's up?
I'm not too bad. How are you doing, my dude?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. It's good to hear from you. It's been, I always say that every time I talk to you, but I'm like, man, it's just been too damn long. Like I need to just make it like a monthly thing where I just make sure I go out of my way to come see you guys or something. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's always too long, man.
It is.
And it's crazy. We're in such crazy times, and it's I think lately I've been getting more sentimental about shit, because I'm just like, oh my God, like you won't get to see people. So when you like even just get to talk to them and see them, like I'm looking at John right now on webcam and I'm like, oh my God, like it's so nice to see you. And it's just, I don't know, I'm really like sentimental lately. It's weird.
That's cool.
But man, you have been a busy beaver this year, to say the least. You guys have been absolutely killing it. And considering the last couple times that I've had you on, actually the last few times, we did an interview like way back in the day, and then like right around the time Nothing Serious started. And then we've done like some random stuff where like we did like a Family Guy conspiracy theories episode, which, don't get me wrong, that was fun as hell. But like, again, we didn't really talk about Nothing Serious. And then, you know, we did, I think it was like the anniversary of the show where you interviewed me on the Hotter Show.
Yeah.
You were like, yo, I should interview you. And I was like, that's hilarious. But even then, we didn't really talk about Nothing Serious. And I mean, like, you guys have been killing it. So I want to know what's kind of all new and exciting in the world of Nothing Serious right now.
Well, we just released Blabbermouth the other day. It's getting a lot of feedback, which is really, really nice. I mean, I don't know how far back to go for new, but
well, put it this way, since we've talked, I mean, we can go way back even. Like, I mean, we haven't really discussed even like how Nothing Serious even like really started up too much, and like the last batch of singles you guys released, it was last year, right? Last year in late 2018, right? I think was when you guys dropped Missing Hell and
Missing Hell came out in January of 2019.
Yeah, so like it's not that long ago, really. I can't believe that. Man, it feels like it was just yesterday that song. It feels like it was just yesterday I got to hear that song acoustically, man. And then y'all dropped it.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's funny how things like that kind of work out, because like I didn't think anything of it, and I think that you were the first person that I showed that song too.
Really, actually, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. It makes me feel special. And I mean, I knew, like I said this to you there at that time. I was like, dude, like you've got something here. Like this is not. And I would have been straight with you if it was like. Oh, this sounds like every other generic, you know, pop punk song. Like, yeah, it's pretty good, man, you know. But I was like, holy shit, like, it's got a hook. Like, it's cool. I like it. Like, I really like it. I literally was like, hey, can you record that so I can, like, listen to it?
Yeah, and then you, like, set up your mixer. You pulled your mic over to my guitar, and then I had the mic that I was using for, like, speaking on, like, the interview for, like, vocals. Yeah.
And it's funny how that turned into, I think you had a different name for it at the time too, if I'm not mistaken. And I was just like, that's the only thing about it I didn't like. I was like, oh, come on, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was called like, I think it was Homesick or something like that. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, come on. Pop punk came with a song called Homesick. I'm like, they're going to see that coming, dude. So when I saw Missing Hell, I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. But let's go back then, because I'm really curious. And obviously I want to talk about the new stuff. I want to talk about, you know, all the songs, because we haven't really had a chance to discuss it. But when Nothing Serious really started up, like, were you pretty much like, obviously the main part of it when it started was obviously you and Ed were jumping into a new project together. So with that, I know that you kind of had a lot of, and I'm sure you wouldn't mind me saying this, I'm sure. There was a lot of maybe doubt as far as you were just kind of like, can I do this? Can I like front a band? Like, so like, what kind of made you make the decision of, okay, hey, let's just jump into this and do it and just kind of see what happens? Like you had an attitude where you were kind of like, hey, we have some songs. I think you knew they were good songs. You just maybe weren't 100% sure. And then it's like, let's just kind of see what happens. And since then, it's kind of, you know, exploded.
Yeah. So like, long-term patrons of the Hotter Show remember Beyond the Wall. So when we broke up, we we all kind of went our separate ways. Me and Ed kind of still like hung out, and we played Minecraft a lot. That's where a lot of the ideas came from. And I had a coworker at my work that was asking to like jam, and I was like, yeah, sure. And like he really pushed us to kind of start playing again, because I said that I wanted, or like we decided that like Ed was gonna like jam with us, I guess. Like, I mean, sorry, this is very verbal diarrhea.
That's okay. That's my specialty.
Yeah. So, my old coworker was trying to push us to kind of play. Like, he wanted to jam. He had never really jammed with a band, so we started jamming, started writing, and then he realized that it wasn't really for him. So me and Ed were like, well, shit. Now we're kind of in the routine of jamming. We kind of like what we're doing. And then we actually talked to Connor, who was a very, he joined Beyond the Wall very, very late, right around the time that Beyond the Wall broke up. And so Connor, Ed, and I started jamming, played our first show in January of 2018, wrote a crap ton of songs, and then decided in like March or April we should probably record some of those. And hit up Anton DeLost, amazing guy. Can't say anything bad about him. So funny, so talented. And we recorded Missing Hell, Death Threats, Gravedigger, and U-Turns, which we released the first couple months of 2019, which was so weird, like actually releasing music, because it was like the first time in my entire life that I had actually been like, hey, I'm very passionate about this. What do you guys think, kind of thing? And putting out those songs, getting a lot of like feedback from people, good and bad. It was nice. It was nice knowing that people listen to it, and like even like to the like these days, I shouldn't say that because it's only been like a year and a half, but Missing Hell still gets like 500 streams a day, which is super awesome.
Yeah,
it's like I literally wrote that song about not knowing if I wanted to do music, because I had been, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I know
you, and you know what's really funny? Like, I don't mean to just completely derail what you're saying, but you know what's really funny? You just said that, and it just struck a chord with me, because I think the reason I loved Missing Hell so much was, number one, I mean, I could relate to it in the sense of, because I kind of went through that too, right? When gigs closed, where I was like, kind of fell out of love with music. But then, like, I started missing, you know what I mean? Like, so you just said that, and I was like, holy shit! I just had like a huge epiphany. Like, aside from the fact it's got a really hooky chorus and it's really fun to sing and everything, it's like, that's why I relate to it so much. Okay, light bulb.
Yeah, I wrote it about like the time between like Beyond the Wall and Nothing Serious. Like, I went through like a really dark time. Not really, I don't want to get like too far into it, but it was just like not knowing really what I wanted to do. And like the whole like first verse that I wrote, like, is literally like, I remember walking, I used to go on drunken walks where I'd bring beer with me and just walk through suburbia at like midnight, and I'd be drunker than a skunk. And I remember writing that on one of those, and kind of saved it in my phone for a long time. And that was like the first verse. And I was originally gonna write it as like a joke song, and then I kind of tweaked some lyrics, and I was like, you know what, it's kind of serious, but it's nothing serious.
Oh gee. Oh shit.
And then when I wrote that like second verse, like it was literally like I had, because like Beyond the Wall started like right out of high school for like me and Corey, and then Ed still had a year left of high school, but I didn't go to post-secondary. Didn't think anything about it because I wanted to be in a band.
Yeah.
And that whole second verse is just like, yeah, I don't want to be like tied down kind of thing to like having to find a real job, having to try and do this and do that just to like pass the test of life. Mm-hmm. Right. And it sounds very like, I hate my town, I don't want to be here kind of pop punk, but like
there's a little more to it than that.
Yeah, I didn't really care for like needing to leave, you know what I mean? Like mm-hmm. It was kind of like I hated it, but I loved it all at the same time because it made me the person who I am. Mm-hmm. I don't really know. But yeah, like it's kind of cool that people must relate to it. I'm assuming if people are listening to it still, and like what you just said, how you definitely relate to it with gigs, and like it was a very weird time, definitely, like switching between like the two bands and stuff, but then the second single that we released, Death Threats, like I remember writing that, and I remember sending like a voice memo to Ed, and Ed was like, dude, like, what's up?
Are you good? God, John is angry.
Yeah, and I remember like, because I originally didn't have lyrics over that pre-chorus, and I'm blanking on what the lyrics are in the pre-chorus, but I remember Ed was like, what about if you try this? And I went, oh, that's nice. And then the second pre-chorus came around, and he was like, what about like a snake in shedded skin is still a snake? And I was like, ooh.
Jeez, ooh. Yeah, that's a great line too. I was like, oof, bringing the heat.
Yeah. So like, that was actually like the first time that me and Ed had ever really wrote together. Actually, I think the second time. But it was really cool, like actually writing a song with him. And I remember putting that together in my living room with him and Connor, and just thinking, yo, this song rips.
Which it does. I mean, it's a badass song. I mean, that was the first and only time, by the way, folks, that I did a live reaction video to a song.
Yeah.
One of those, like, you know, those like lame reaction videos of people like, you know, it's like rap fan listens to Metallica for the first time. It was like that. But
I love those.
Yeah. I just like, because I was like, I'm gonna do this. It's just me sitting there. Oh my God. Then I forgot because when I had seen you guys play, like, I don't even remember when it was, you played that song, but like, and Ed sang in it, but it was like, he was like, he was like, kind of like guttural screaming. And I was like, I mean, that's cool. But then to listen to it, and he comes in the second verse, and I was like, wait, what wait, who's, oh my God, it's Ed, what? I remember I was like freaking out because I was like, yo, what? Like,
yeah,
it made me so happy.
Yeah, it was really fun doing that for Death Threats. Like, it was literally, I don't even know, like, I believe that it was because I kept on running out of breath. And I was like, I can't sing that. And I was like, Ed, do you want to sing it? And he went, sure.
He just did it.
Yeah.
Well, like, it's a song too. Like, it's such a, I mean, it's an angry song, obviously, but the way you guys present it, like, it's almost like it's like you can still kind of, you know, get a little movement going. You can sing along to it, and it's like, it's fun. It's not like so. It's just, it's nothing serious. Like, it's really. Oh shit, that's two. Like, the way you guys present it, it's such a, like, if I turn on the radio and heard that, I'd be like, oh, this is cool. But like, especially with the lyrics, like, if you sang it a different way, I don't know, like, it might be like, it's like, oh, this is like a metal song played by a punk band. What? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. I'll actually never forget, like, when we brought the songs to Anton and he was listening to all of them and he was kind of like going, oh yeah, we should cut this part, or we should extend this part, or we should change those lyrics, and we should do this, we should do that kind of thing, you know, doing what a normal producer does. And after listening to Death Threats, he didn't pause it at all. And I remember him just like spinning around on his chair, looking at me dead in the eyes and went, who hurt you?
Who hurt you? I'm thinking of the Family Guys. Where Peter gifts Lois the Lionel Richie CD. Oh, yeah. God, Lionel. Oh, you have been hurt. You have been hurt. That much is clear. Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Who hurt you? I didn't know who I was until I heard this album, Lois. What did I... Oh, that was... My brain is everywhere tonight. I'm thinking of... such as my boy Ethan Flynn. Because I use that meme for Fly Away. Anyway, that's completely, totally unrelated topic. But it's funny because even because I had, obviously, like I said, I had the pleasure of hearing that song before it was released when I saw you guys play. And I mean, I knew in its current state, even though it was a little different, I was like, I mean, this is a fun song. And I know you're mad at somebody. So I'm like, okay, it's all good. I think people who would hear it and then can relate to it, it's like there's someone everyone wants to say things like that to. Like there's always that one person in your life for whatever reason, you want to be able to say things like that too. So I think that's why it's another one that I think so many people can relate to, for sure.
Yeah, and then the next song that we had released was Gravedigger, and after recording it, I thought that it, we all thought that it was like a good song. Out of all the songs we wrote, we picked 4 out of the 10 or 15 or whatever, and Gravedigger was yeah, we should definitely do Gravedigger. And then when we were getting close to the release, we're like, it's very light. It's not very fast. It's not quote unquote punky. Mm-hmm. And we were really should we even release it yet? Or should we just kind of hold on to it? And I'm glad that we did, because when we did a weekend tour with our boys in Sundown Superhero last year, they absolutely loved that song. They were fucking in love with it. That was their song. And it was it was really, I don't know, it's kind of that self-doubt that it's
mm-hmm.
You don't know if something's gonna react well to your audience. And I bet you've probably felt the same with some of your episodes where
sure.
You're yeah,
people are gonna dig this, because it is different, and that's, I think, because too, that was another song where that day you were at my house that I heard Missing Hell, I also heard Gravedigger, and I remember saying hey, this is a different song, but it's still in the same wheelhouse. Yeah, it's definitely more on the maybe the radio-ish, rock-ish side. I say that very loosely. Than the whole straight up punk rock side. But I think that's good to have that dynamic where you look at your guys' body of work and it's okay, they're not just yes, they can release a cool, fun 2-minute, 50-second punk rock song that's full on punk rock. But then also they can have the opposite end of the spectrum and have this really good, kind of radio friendly punk rock sound that still has that energy, to me anyway, of punk rock, but it's very accessible is the word I think I'm trying to look for.
Yeah. It's funny, with that song, fun fact, if you haven't picked out on it, there's an extra beat in the bridge, actually. So it's counting it out, when we were trying to figure out the timing, we were one of us is playing it wrong. And we ended up keeping the one with the extra beat. So it's counted it's 4 bars of 4/4, or sorry, 3 bars of 4/4, and then a bar of 5-4. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. You completely lost me on that, but I understand what you're saying though. Like,
yeah,
it's like
so
yeah.
that it was very weird. So like it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just because why not? Like,
yeah, why not? Right? We had no idea what we were doing until we went to the studio and we were like, what the hell are we doing?
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But yeah, then we released U-Turns. We actually released that on the weekend tour that we did with our boys in Sundown Superhero. And we made like a montage video. It's actually on our YouTube of a house show that we did at like my house with the boys from Sundown, and it was amazing. So they're Bajan, which means that like they're native to Barbados, and they came up here to do like a couple weekend tours. And so the last night of their tour was in my basement at a house show, and to make them feel like they were at home before they got home, I made them me and Ed made like a huge like Bajan feast. We made like jerk chicken and mac pie and they loved it. They loved it. It was amazing. It was really, really fun. Like you can go on YouTube and you can watch our video for U-Turns, and it was a fun time. Ed got way, way, way too drunk. He downed a 2.6 of Mount Gay rum.
Uh-oh.
It was really funny because he did it like during Sundown's like last song, and like he started like he drank like half of it, and like the crowd was like half the crowd was going no stop, and the other half of the crowd was yeah. And so he continued
back,
to
just
do
like
it.
oh god,
Yeah.
oh no.
And he was like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel too good.
Too soon.
I haven't even seen it.
Are you serious?
Man, I fell off the Avengers movies after like the first Avenger movie, like the first like Avenger movie.
I mean,
so like,
yeah. I mean, I think that's crazy, but like yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch them. I really need to watch them.
At least like Endgame.
Yeah.
Just for at least oh shit. What's the one before Endgame?
Infinity War.
Infinity War is an Endgame at least. Because that's just that fucking scene with Spider-Man and Tony Stark.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an emotional guy, but like I was bawling my fucking eyes out. Like just it's too much. It's still a raw nerve.
I have seen like the Ant-Man movies because I really like Paul Rudd.
Hell yes.
Which I found out today that his parents are second cousins.
What?
Yeah, and then I've seen like the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Second one's great. You gotta see this. You'll like the second one. You gotta see it. It's fantastic. I mean, all of them are great, but like I think the Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man might be my favorites. I know, but then I also love Captain America, so you know.
Yeah. You want me to ruin Chris Pratt for you?
Oh, God. Lay it on me.
Why would someone's parents name him after a fried rodent? Crisp Pratt.
Shit. See, this is the kind of content that people come here for. You know?
Yeah.
We're like Swiss Chalet, but like, instead of feeding you chicken, we make jokes about Chris Pratt being crispy rats. I don't know where the fuck I'm going with this. But no, Chris Pratt was ruined for me when I made the mistake of listening to a podcast that his ex-wife did, talking about basically politely about what a piece of shit he was. So, yeah, that kind of ruined him for me a little bit. Even though I think she's just being jaded. But anyway, that's another story for another time. No, you gotta see it. While we're on this sidebar of seeing stuff, because I want to talk more about the band and stuff, but it wouldn't be us if we didn't discuss this a little bit. So, have you watched Hoops yet?
No.
Okay. You gotta watch Hoops. If you're listening to this, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast yet, guys, but listen. 2 things. Number 1, if you're gonna listen to anything I say all year, go listen to the new Nothing Serious stuff, because it's fucking awesome. Number 2, go watch the series Hoops on Netflix. Go into it with an open mind, sit down, crack a beer, and just shut your brain off. Because it is, if you overthink it, it's not funny. But if you just let it take you, it's like Family Guy humor, you know, but it's like almost stupider sometimes. Like some of it's just like, what the fuck? You know the show New Girl?
Yeah.
So you know Nick from New Girl?
Yeah.
He does the voice of the coach in Hoops. He's the main character. And it's just, yeah. First, like 2 minutes of this first episode, you'll know if you love it or not. Like, it's right away. They don't fuck around. Right away, they're just, you either start laughing hysterically or you just turn it off and move on. It's one or the other. And most people keep watching because it's freaking awesome.
I'm going to have to watch it.
Yeah, I wouldn't lie to you. Now, also, have you watched Close Enough at all?
Close Enough?
Yes. Have you heard of this show at all? Because I haven't seen it yet. Okay. Apparently it's a new animated show. Apparently people say it's really good. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I was curious. Now also, of course, the main event of this topic I'm going to ask you about here. What's your new favorite episode of the new Family Guy season on Netflix?
Yacht Rock.
Well, which one's that?
The one... You said Family Guy,
Yacht
right?
Rock. Sorry, Yacht Rock. I love Yacht Rock. I don't know what I thought you said, but it wasn't Yacht Rock. I thought you said Yacht Rock, and I was like, the fuck episode is that? Yeah, I do love the Yacht Rock one too. I think that might be actually my favorite too. I love that episode.
Yeah, so since the new season of Family Guy's come out, I watched it once with my fiance, watched it once by myself, and now me and my fiance are back on season 18 after rewatching from season, what's the first one on Netflix?
8, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So we're already back on season 18. Fucking 10 seasons.
Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
10 seasons.
Some people,
I had to do quick maths.
Yeah. I mean, some people like to binge The Office. I'm like, nah, I'm just going to binge Family Guy over and over again.
Can't do it. That's like Ed and Connor. Ed and Connor both binge The Office all the time, and I just can't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've tried watching The Office multiple times, and I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. I don't know what it is.
Different kind of humor.
I guess. Like, well, if you like Family Guy, you like The Office. I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know. But
yeah.
Ooh,
no.
Okay. Another question, Family Guy related. So, did you hear the announcement? I don't think it's been like the episode's dropped yet, but have you heard the announcement as to who they signed on to do the new voice of the mayor of Quahog?
Oh, yes, I did. And now I can't remember who it was.
Oh, shit. It's a dude with the mustache who has the really deep voice from A Star Is Born.
Oh,
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott, yeah.
He's going to be the mayor
I
of
saw
Quahog.
that.
When I saw they announced a new mayor, I was fucking pissed. I was like, how dare they? They better not. And then I saw it was Sam Elliott, and I went, okay, I'm in. 100%.
Yeah.
What do you think of it? What do you think?
I think that he'll do a good job.
Yeah.
I can't see, like, unless they portray Sam Elliott as, like, a total dingus like they did with, like, Adam. Like, I feel like, just not because he was the mayor of the city. I think it was more so, like whenever, like, the scene that I always think of with Adam West is when his mom walks in and is like, "Are you almost done your homework?" And he's like, "It's called a bill, Mom."
Mine's still that cat launcher, man.
Oh, that too.
Nothing will beat the cat launcher to me.
I can't imagine Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
doing stuff like that. I mean, I couldn't imagine Adam West doing that before I saw Family Guy, but
the thing is I think what we're gonna get is like, do you remember the Christmas episode? Not the Christmas episode. Sorry. The episode where Brian got the Hummer, and Sam Elliott was like, what about Sam Elliott singing "Lick It Up"? And he's just like, "Lick it up, lick it up." Oh yeah, that's about all I care to read of that. It's like, if anything, I think that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get like, he's gonna say funny stuff, but he's just gonna be like, it's stupid. Like, he knows it's stupid, so he's just not gonna sell it. If anything, I feel like that's what we're gonna get. Like, him and Peter will be friends or something, but like, he's gonna be just so no nonsense. It's gonna be hilarious. I don't know. I'm excited as hell though. Very excited.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna be as much of a hit as Vinny was.
Yeah.
Brian's report. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like Vinny?
So I didn't like him at first, like watching like those full 4 episodes or whatever with them. Like, I didn't care for him like when I first saw them. And as like I keep on going back, I love like I love some of the jokes that he says, like you're like when he talks to Quagmire, he's like, I see you with a lot of women, but I don't see you with like a bunch of chains.
Yeah, I'll get you a necklace. I'll buy you one.
And then, or when he's explaining to Peter what kind of dog he is, he's like, I'm a pussy hound, and he's like, oh, and he's like, no, it just means that I'm 1/16th cat.
Don't get fresh with me, Astulio. That's not even an Italian version of my name. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. He was, I was the same way where like I wasn't a fan of him, and then I've like gone back since, and I'm like, you know what? He was a really fun character. And I'm like, we'll never see him again. But he's popped up. He popped up in oh shit, what episode was? Oh, Red Shirt, Blue Shirt.
Yeah,
where he was
when
all right, this all right, you little pieces of garbage. This is about getting heartburn after eating I don't know what the fuck it was, and other kid stuff. I was like, what? Oh, good times.
Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully, like, Sam Elliott does like a good job, like portraying like the new mayor.
Yeah, I feel like he wouldn't have agreed to it if he didn't think he could kill it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like he's an artist. Like,
yeah, you know? Yeah, I don't think that like I don't think I could think of somebody else that could play Adam West, like replace Adam West in Family Guy.
It had to be a super like obscure random character who we would never think of. And you would never think of Sam Elliott as being the replacement for Adam West. Like,
exactly.
So it's perfect. I don't know. I'm excited. We'll see what happens because I thought they'd like do Carol or something. Like I thought they were gonna like cop out and do that. And then he was in the new. There was a couple times where like he made appearances, like Adam West Ghost or whatever, and I'm like, so are they gonna just like? I don't know. Like I feel like just they all loved him so much they want him to still be involved somehow with his years and years of voice tracks. They probably could pull it off, but
100%.
I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. I'm excited. We'll definitely have to talk about it once that new season's released. We'll definitely have to talk about it.
Yeah. Kind of still on the topic of TV shows.
Okay.
How stoked are you for The Mandalorian season 2?
See, okay, now here's the thing. I loved season 1. I'm very excited for season 2. However, there is nothing else I watch on Disney Plus. And I got rid of it like 2-3 months ago. Because I was just like, I was like, why are we paying for this? We're not using it. So I'm kind of like, shit, I forgot about The Mandalorian. So I might need to like buy it again for like a month. And then, I don't know, we'll see what happens.
So, did you not watch Clone Wars season 7?
No, actually, I did not, and I just remembered that was a thing. Yeah, I just remember.
Bro,
that. I fucked up. I just remember that. I know. I
you
saw
need
like
to
parts.
watch
I saw
it.
parts of it, like the really heavy scenes. You know. But I didn't watch. I didn't watch
dude.
the whole thing. Start like the last scene where all three of them were together. You know, when Order 66 happens, and what's his name is like trying to fight it. He can't, and he's like still trying to fight it, and he's like crying, and I'm like, I don't need this in my life right now, okay? Like I just don't need this.
Dude, that the heartstrings that were pulled during that scene where like Rex pulls up his his guns.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Okay. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
3, 2,
It's
1. All right, we're good. We're covered.
It's only been out for like 7 months now.
Right.
But when he's like holding up his guns to Ahsoka and like Ahsoka's like, fight it. Oh, it's crazy. It's just.
And he's literally
Oh my
like
God.
shaking, and he's like yelling at her because he's like, you know, like my brothers are gonna like kill you, like they're following orders, and he's like crying. It's like, yo, like I don't need this. Like I was like,
And then there's an epilogue kind of thing at the very end of the last episode.
yeah,
And it's Darth Vader going to like the ship that they were on, like after it crashed, to find like Ahsoka's lightsabers, and like, oh my God, I love how they've been portraying like Vader in the new Star Wars kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like he was always like that badass, but like they're really showing that like Anakin's still in there, but Darth Vader is stronger.
yeah. Like there's like flashes almost where like he sees something or whatever, and it's like it like triggers something, but then Vader takes over again. It's heavy,
Yeah.
man. It's heavy shit. I don't know. I am gonna watch it because like I did love the Clone Wars. I started rewatching it, and I got to like about season 5, and then it kind of started to lose me around there. I don't know. It gets really good at the end again, like season 6. It gets really good, but like I don't know, season 5, I was kind of just like, doesn't really do it.
Yeah,
for me.
So when I watch it, there's like 15 or 16 episodes that I watch,
Yeah.
and the rest of it, I'm like, yeah, I can't watch it. It's just all the main story arcs, but
Yeah. And there's like the stuff.
that
Sorry.
that it's just like the stuff that actually like tells the story of the Clone Wars, and not just like the small little things in between. Like it's just like the main points.
The episodes where like the droids are off, like doing a mission or whatever. It's like I don't need this shit. Like it's a Padme and Jar Jar episode. I'm like, I'm good, thanks. I wanted to skip this. Like I'm good, thanks. Oh God,
it's the same thing with Rebels for me.
I've never seen Rebels. Is it good? Is it like okay? Is it worth the time?
So it's like the Clone Wars, where you could probably watch like a selected few episodes, like certain story arcs. It's so cool. Like there's a I think it's the end of season 2. There's a battle between Ahsoka and Vader.
Which that's pretty cool.
And then at the end of season 3, I think it is, Darth Vader and Ben Kenobi.
Which I mean, that's fucking cool too.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I'm personally like, I love all Star Wars. Can't tell me anything that's bad about it, and I will rebuttal anything.
Yeah, I do get that for sure.
But
yeah, it's on my list of things to do, but I'm remembering
it's just
all
really
this.
far down.
Yeah, like I'm just like fuck, man. Like now I'm watching The Boys too, so I'm like that's taking up all my free TV watching time right now. Have you seen The Boys at all?
No, I haven't.
I recommend it.
I don't watch a lot of TV. It's like the only thing that I really do watch is Family Guy.
Yeah.
And like I just don't have the attention span for things. And I use like our attention span for like TV shows. Movies are all right. Half an hour TV shows are all right. But as soon as a TV show goes on for more than like I'm going to say like 30 minutes, it's like,
yeah.
When's this episode over?
Yeah, I got you.
So I lose interest so much. I can only usually keep my interest for things that I am very passionate about, like The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
I literally watched every episode like the minute that it came out.
Oh yeah, so did I. I loved it. How awesome was it seeing Bill Burr in it?
That was fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know he was in it.
Like,
and then all of a sudden I'm like, I didn't know he was in it. And then because I literally I went through a Bill Burr phase right around the time it came out too. I was watching all his specials, listening to his podcast. I love him. And all of a sudden I'm like, that's fucking Bill Burr. What the hell is he doing here? And he was in this perfect role for him. Where he's kind of an asshole jokester, but he's kind of a badass too, so it's cool. It's like, what? I love this. He was so good.
Yeah, and now what's it called? During that episode actually. Sorry. A really cool Easter egg kind of thing is the New Republic pilots that are going to that that station.
Yeah.
The three of them are all different directors for the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so they all make their own appearances, which is really, really cool.
That's actually sweet. I didn't know that. There's all those little tidbits like that. That's just so cool. I don't know why this just triggered my brain, but in Rogue One, when they're attacking the base there, and Gold Leader and the original Gold Leader and Red Leader make appearances, and I remember again, I didn't know that was happening, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden Red Leader pops up, and I was like, he's long dead. He died a long time ago. I know Gold Leader's still alive. I don't remember the gentleman's name, but I know he's still alive. So I was like,
yeah,
could they have maybe special effects? And I'm like, no, that's got to be original footage. Then I looked it up and I was like, that's cool as shit. Hours and hours spent going through footage just for, what was it, 30 seconds? But I remember the director, I don't remember I think it was the director who did it. He made it his mission to go and find the footage. It was B-roll footage they never used. And he said, I thought it was a waste of time until I was in the movie theater and they popped up and everyone started cheering. He's like, I knew I made a right call. And I was like, that's cool as shit.
Yeah.
I dig that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's cool stuff. But you know what else is really, really cool stuff? The new singles from Nothing Serious that came out this year. Because I want to get back talking about that here before we go. Because what I want to do is actually play those songs for you guys. Because they're badass. And if you haven't heard them, you're in for a damn treat. Okay? They're very, very fun. So first and foremost, Jekyll and Hyde, which was the song you guys released in February. February 28th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because it's my anniversary. That's how I know. That song was being blasted in a hotel room in Toronto for 3 hours straight. I was like, oh my God, it's so good. I was like, yeah. So what's kind of run me through a little bit about Jekyll and Hyde. What's the dealio with Jekyll and Hyde?
So Jekyll and Hyde, the whole riff kind of thing I came up with first. I was playing a lot of Red Dead 2 when it came out. I was so pumped for that game when it came out. And so I wanted to write a folky kind of song, and I started doing that gallopy kind of strumming pattern. And then I was like, oh, I kind of have an idea for a riff. And so I kind of put them together and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then I started writing the lyrics and I was trying, I kind of mixed the themes of the song where I really saw the verses that I wrote, personal problems of mine, but that whole like the chorus was actually. Did you play Red Dead Redemption 2?
I actually did not.
Okay. So anybody that's listening, so the chorus of that song, I kind of based it around the main character of Red Dead 2, where it was like, if he was like a more modern day kind of person, I feel like it kind of would have fit his personality.
I got you.
Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it. Like, it was mainly like the first line of the chorus, like the "get me a fix, get me a drink" kind of thing. And then kind of like how Arthur Morgan always had to like he overthought a lot of stuff, and that he that like one moment he would be a good guy, but the next minute he'd be a bad guy. And then I kind of took that chorus and I wrote the verses, and I couldn't really think of what to write them about for like him. So I was like, okay, what about personal problems of mine that like I literally just like snap and I'm like a different person.
Mm-hmm. Again, very relatable.
Yeah.
People can relate to that, where all of us have this, other side when we snap or when something happens and it's like, I don't recognize this person. This person's a monster. What the hell?
Yeah. And then the next song that we released about a month ago now, Dysphoria. I wrote it like I kind of felt like I was drifting away from myself. I know that sounds very artistic.
That's artistic as fuck, buddy. I like it though, but that's artistic as fuck. Like I was drifting away from myself.
Yeah.
Throw a scarf on, yeah.
So basically, like, drifting away from myself, drifting away from like everything that I kind of built towards, and like, I have this really bad habit of like being very passionate about something and being really gung ho on it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, not for me. Yeah, like I'm notorious for it, and like, it's something that I really hate about myself, and like, I always try and stick through everything that I try to stick through everything that I do. But sometimes it's really, really hard, which I'm pretty sure everyone can kind of relate to. Like it's there's some commitments that you make in your life that you're like, you really wish that didn't happen.
Sure, yeah. It can be even small things. And
yeah, exactly.
Like, oh shit, I gotta go see my buddy. Fuck, I just want to stay home and.
Yeah.
Everyone, a small thing. Everyone can relate to that, Oh, I said I was going to start a wrestling podcast. Fuck, why did I do that?
I was going to create a podcast about bassist interviewing
you sure
bassists.
Were.
Never did. Have the Facebook page, have everything to do with it, but not the podcast itself.
It happens.
But yeah, so with Dysphoria itself is like, I know that it's used a lot with like gender dysphoria, where people don't feel comfortable in their own skin. They feel like they're like, most trans people have gender dysphoria. But it was funny when we used to play that song and people were like, "Oh, like, are you trans?" And I went, "No, I have dysphoria. It's just the feeling of hating yourself to death, hating the person that you are," right? Where, I mean, not all the time, but
go through phases, where it's like
definitely, yeah, and like that was a hard song to write, but it went through a lot of like phases itself, kind of, when writing it. We changed the song completely right before we recorded it. Like, we didn't have the like that intro bit, like that entire intro thing.
Okay.
It just started off with the verse, which is kind of weird. Like, if you listen to the song, it's kind of weird. if you were to just start it at the verse. But and then one thing that we literally added like the night before we went to the studio was that like that pre-chorus or the last chorus, the like dan part, and I feel like that's actually like my favorite part of the entire song. It
adds a little bit of bounce to it, almost kind of.
Yeah, and it was really cool getting the guitar tones for that part of the song. We had like a rat that was like fully like distorted, and then a fuzz. I forget what the fuzz pedal was, but it had like eight different kinds of fuzz on it, and we put it on like the most unused fuzz and like cranked that, and that's how we got that tone, and it just sounds fucking like
sounds gnarly.
Yeah,
that's the word.
Yeah.
All homes have signs of life, and well, they aren't always as pretty as you think. The hallway walls still show the scuff marks from that time you were absolutely convinced that bed frame would fit. The trim in the bathroom stained from that time your favorite feline just had to get a better look at your new nail color. And then, of course, there's the spot in the kitchen from that dreaded pasta sauce incident a couple years back. And, well, you get the picture. Make your house feel new again with a fresh coat of paint from Cale Riddick Painting. Offering expert interior and exterior painting, no residential job is too big or too small. Proudly serving Quinte, Ontario, and surrounding areas, Cale Riddick Painting will restore your house back into a home. And they also do work on new additions or new builds. Contact them today at Cale Riddick Painting on Facebook, or you can contact them at 613-929-7085. 613-929-7085 for a quote today. And be sure to let them know that Hodder sent you. So then, of course, the third single that you guys released this year, which just was released literally as you guys are hearing this like last week. It's badass. It's a really fun song. To me, it's very classic punk rock, and it's angry, and I love it. What is Blabbermouth? Kind of give me the rundown on that.
So Blabbermouth is a big FU song that we wrote towards a certain somebody, and I'm not going to say their name, but you can totally get a hint from the single art, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yep.
But, yeah, it was just a big fuck you song, and like the person that it's about literally just fucking flaps their gums way too much, and they need to learn to shut up.
But, I love it. It's that simple. It's just shut up.
Yeah. Which, I mean, could be said the complete opposite way as well. I could probably just shut up about the topic, because apparently that's all I like to write about is self-deprivation and fuck you songs.
Whatever. It's an outlet, you know?
Yeah, that's all it is. I've wrote one song in Nothing Serious that wasn't about or like self-loathing. I don't know if that's the right word.
I know what you're saying. Self-reflection.
Yeah. Or like fuck you songs to people. I've wrote one song in the last like 3 years about that. Or about something that's not about that.
But that's punk.
Yeah.
And you guys are punk. And I feel that me personally, I can say that and officially say it here on the show. Anyone who thinks you guys aren't punk are just stupid and should probably just, go away.
And if
at
they
me,
don't
bro,
think
I'm
that
here.
And if they don't think that we're punk, come tell us we're not punk.
Yeah. Go to a show, buy a t-shirt while you're there, man, Buy it. You guys should make a t-shirt that says "Nothing Serious, we're not punk," and just sell them. Just fuck
yeah.
like, oh, you think we're not punk? Then buy a shirt. Tell everyone we're not punk.
So, funny enough, our number one influence on our Facebook, if you go to our Facebook page, is ABBA.
Is that a rib? Is that real? You guys
no,
actually, okay. I figured it was a rib, but yeah. Okay.
I mean, ABBA rips. But
ABBA fucks. Okay, like
ABBA fucks hard.
ABBA fucks hard. Like they fuck. Okay. So that was my terrible Lola Stumpy. But yeah, it's just funny. You heard it here first, folks. I'm saying this officially. You got a problem with Nothing Serious, you got a problem with me too. So, fucking at me, bro. Just saying. Anyway, it's a really fun song, and the second I heard it, I related it to someone else in my life right now, and I was like, I like this song, and it's got a really fun video too. I like the video.
Yeah.
It just Ed's shirt made me so happy. For those of you who haven't seen it, you should go check it out on the Nothing Serious social media. Ed's wearing a really fun t-shirt. It's worth seeing it just for the t-shirt he's wearing. Seriously.
And watching Connor bail in the
that
bid.
too. That made me really, really happy. Like, not that he could have possibly been hurt, but just his reaction to the bail was just like,
It's really funny because when like we were talking about it, he's like, if the camera wasn't on, I totally would have landed that.
Well, of course. But because the camera's on him, he couldn't do it. How many takes did he do of it?
I think it was just the one.
Just the one, okay. Because like in my mind, he did like 8 takes and none of them hit. Because that'd be my luck too.
No, it was just like a really last minute thing. Connor was like, I'm gonna try and bone this off this. And the guy, and Michael Krusty, the guy that did the video, he was like, let me get it on camera. And he threw it in the music video when he was editing it.
That's awesome. That's so good. I love it. And what's cool too is you guys decided to do the singles thing instead of like just, hey, here's a 3-song EP, which there's nothing wrong with that. But do you feel that for you guys, it's been better to do it this way, to drop the singles? Do you think it's just kind of made more sense for you guys?
Well, like in like general consumption of music, like the general population, they're very like they don't listen to a lot at a time, right? Like everybody these days has like ADD, and it especially with music, like you see pop songs getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and like literally if it's like when like let's just say Taylor Swift releases a new album, right? The song that you're gonna hear is the single.
Yeah.
And like so we for like an underground band, like an unsigned band, spending a lot of money in production where it would kind of suck if we were to release a song and just kind of put it out there and maybe like a couple people listen to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's where like the music industry is kind of going, is more so like the single route instead of doing like album after album. Cause I feel like it's like it's going the way of the dinosaur. Like, I mean, back in the day, it made sense for a band to release a full album because it was on vinyl. Like you're not going to, unless it's like a 45, you're not going to put one, even on a 45, you put 2 songs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to put, so, and then I guess when like the CD came out, it made room for more music. I'm not even going to talk about cassette because it's stupid. But
that's
now
before
with,
your
like,
time anyway.
World, yeah, especially like with streaming now too, like it's totally different. And I get that people whine about Spotify and that they suck and that the CEO has a net worth of $2.5 billion, but it's like, that's net worth. It's not how much he actually has.
Yeah. I'm of that mindset too, where it's like people who just shit all over Spotify and everything. And it's like, was it you who I saw post something about it? How not defending what Spotify do per se, but like, I thought it was you. It was basically like saying, you know, hey, could it be a little better? Sure. But is it better than the alternative, which is nothing?
Pirating.
Or pirating, yeah.
Literally, like the way that I see it, like it's like I get into it a lot, like especially when I see like people just saying like that Spotify is crooks. It's like they literally give you the tools to find your demographic, to find your market, to be able to market your socials towards that. And they do all that for free. And it's like Spotify's been a company since like 2006 or 2007, and they broke profit in February of 2019.
Yeah.
That was their first time making profit.
Which is crazy to think about. Like, it took that long to
over 10 years.
Yeah.
Over a decade to even make a penny.
But they're all crooks, and and I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and it's funny too, man. Like for for the podcast world too. Like, I can go on. I was trying to open it up as a funny joke. I was going to say like, oh, hey, I know my demographic. Like, before, I didn't know that I had an age demographic for the Hotter Show. I didn't know that was a fucking thing. And then now I can literally, it's not going to load. I can literally go on, as I'm sure you guys can too. You can see, okay, where is my most listens coming from? What is our demographic? What can we aim? Because at the end of the day, it's all business. It's all a brand. If you got a bunch of, 16-year-olds listening to your music, it's like, well, okay, what are 16-year-olds like? I don't know what 16-year-olds like nowadays, but back in my day, you would like, all right, let's iron our hair, and let's get Ed in like some chains or something. I don't fucking know where I'm going with this joke, but I need to see new metal, nothing serious. That's what I need in my life.
Maybe we'll do that for a music video.
Oh God, that would be fantastic. New metal, nothing serious. I like it.
Yeah. So like back onto like the demographic thing. Like it helps with like especially with your age, or like the age demographic. Like if there's people like, 'cause you're a few years older than me, right?
Yes, sir. I just turned 29 and you are 24. That's what I thought. Okay, I was right.
Yeah, so like people of our generation are kind of spanned over Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
And like, we have the other socials, but do we use them? Not really.
Yeah.
And then there's like the younger generation that's like Instagram and TikTok. Like that's literally all they have. They think that. So I had a coworker that was like, he was like 16 or 17 when he worked like with me. And he looked at me when I told him, oh, I'll send you a Facebook friend request. He looked at me and went, Facebook? That's for old people.
Yeah. I got that too. I was
so
like, you're old people.
Exactly. So it's like, it definitely helps with that, because if like a bunch of kids are listening to your music, then, or like listening to your podcast, then you want to target.
Oh no.
No?
No, my demographic, actually, I just found this out. This is kind of hilarious. On the topic, I have a tie of 27% of my listenership is ages 23 to 27 and 28 to 34. And then 18% is 18 to 22. And then 13% is 35 to 44. 6% is 45 to 59. And then a whopping 1% is 0 to 17. So right out of the womb, you're
out of the womb.
Out of the womb, I got you, buddy. That's
right out of the womb, headphones on.
Yeah, that's it, buddy. But like, this is from, it literally says run on my thing, source Spotify. I can look and go, hey, 79% of my listenership are of the male gender. Cool. 18% is female. Cool. Like, I didn't know that. That's interesting. I could say, hey, shouts to all my 18% female listeners. Whoop, whoop. Like, it's, like, why not? Like, this is all free. I don't pay for that.
Yeah.
So it's interesting,
That's my position on Spotify, and I always get looked at like I'm silly whenever I say anything like that, and I'm like, nah, it's okay. I'll take whatever they want to give me.
The 0.0. Hey, it's more than I get, buddy.
Well, like in the podcast, like Spotify's really pushing towards podcasts.
They
now
are.
too.
I give it another like year or two, and they'll probably start doing the same thing for podcasts.
Yeah, well, look at like they just bought exclusive rights to the Joe Rogan podcast.
They sure did. They're making moves in the podcast world, man. They really are. And I
because,
love their,
like,
I'm sorry?
They're like, I think it's like 23% of people that use Spotify don't even listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
They listen to podcasts.
That's what I use Spotify for all my podcasts now. I don't use anything else, which is really unpopular for a podcaster to say, but I don't give a shit. No one's paying me anything, so fuck them.
Yeah, and it's like it's so much easier to find it. Like, there's like people are like, oh, you can find it on SoundCloud. Oh, you can find it on my website. Oh, or you can everyone can go to Spotify. I mean, yeah, it sucks if you don't have Spotify, but you can still listen to it for free.
Mm-hmm. And if you use SoundCloud as a podcaster, eventually they're gonna fuck you. So you might as well just not even bother and go on Anchor.fm. They'll look after you, just for the record. But I'm not bitter or anything. Good times. But like, I agree with what you're saying. It's the same way with music. Oh, go on our website and listen to it, or you can just go on Spotify or YouTube or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's there's some bands I see they'll like drop a new single, and it's like you have to go to our website to listen to it. It's like, well, no one's gonna listen to it, bro. Like, sorry, but that's it's like if I do a video podcast and only put it up on YouTube, guess what? No one's gonna go watch it. But if I put it on Facebook, all of a sudden people are watching it, and it's like
so. The reason behind that is because Facebook's algorithm actually hides YouTube videos.
I learned that the hard way.
And like, I was gonna bring something up, and I forget what it was. Damn.
Well, either way, we got off on a hell of a little tangent about demographics and stuff like that. But what I wanted to do to kind of, as much as I'd love to keep chatting, but just kind of end things off here today. What is kind of, I mean, obviously, you guys literally just released a brand new single, so like it's very fresh. But like, do you kind of have anything else down the pipeline you care to talk about at the moment, or?
Yeah, it's not like confirmed or official yet. We're gonna film another music video. We're gonna try and have it out before Halloween.
Oh, okay. Is it gonna be spooky?
It's gonna be Spooky Scary Skeleton.
Oh shit, yeah. I'm excited.
But that being said, like, I mean, like, we're just in the talks of trying to get that done right now.
Of course, yeah.
And then we're also going into the studio a few times before the end of the year, and then once in the beginning of the year, just to record a few more songs. We're just kind of broadening our horizons with new producers, just trying to test the waters a little bit. That's pretty much all that we've been really doing. We haven't really done much besides internet stuff, because internet stuff is the only thing that we can do now.
Yeah, you guys were killing it with the, like Eb was like baking beer bread, and you were doing like Q&A stuff and live concert stuff, and like it's cool. I know Connor. I can't remember what Connor did. Connor did something cool. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head now. My brain's not working anymore. The hell was it? I feel bad.
Connor did a rig rundown.
That's what it was. Yeah, and that was cool. I love that.
Yeah.
And like Ed interviewed people. It was cool.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try and get back onto the habit of doing more live streams, because they were fun to do. When I did on my birthday, I did the Saturday night live stream.
Yeah.
And that was like the first one. I literally did it within the last like 3 hours that I had to do it. Got everybody to come and play. And then I decided, you know what? From this point forward, I'm just going to get my friends to come on the show, and I'm going to ask them like 4 hours prior. And then it started getting to the point where like nobody was able to do it. And I was like, maybe I should give them a bit more time.
Maybe a little more notice. Like,
yeah.
Hey guys, you're gonna be free next Saturday. Oh man. Well, anyway, buddy. So we're gonna actually, because I completely forgot that I was gonna play the music. So what we're gonna do here, folks, I'm gonna leave you off here today with the 3 tracks that we've been talking about the last little bit here: Jekyll and Hyde, Dysphoria, and Blabbermouth. I'm gonna play them as we head out here. John, real quick before we go, where can the good people find Nothing Serious on the social medias?
Everything across the board is at It's Nothing Serious. That's without the G. And then on Spotify, you can find us, Apple Music, all that bull crap. Yeah.
Cool, beauty, man. Well, it's been so much fun getting to catch up with you and just kind of have a fun little BS sesh talking about the new tunes and stuff like that. It's always a blast talking to you, and you know, hopefully next time I see you, we'll be in person. Thanks so much, man.
Thanks. Bye.
Show me how I'm not me right now. the trails I left behind. In my mind, I won't lie, it was the best damn time of my life, and I'll miss you. So help me find all the words I left behind. In my mind, I won't lie, it was the best damn time of my life, and I'll miss you. I don't want anything to do with you. You can't keep telling me what's not true. And even though everything has changed, I still don't want to hear you say my name. We can solve this in a parking lot, 'cause I'm over it and you like to talk a lot. The thought of you just makes me sick. You're a fake, you're a cunt, you're a fucking prick. And even though everything has changed, I still don't want to hear you say my name. We can solve this in a parking lot, 'cause I'm over it and you like to talk a lot. You're everything that I don't need. If you get buried alive, it's fine by me. And even though everything has changed, I still don't want to hear you say my name. We can solve this in a parking lot, 'cause I'm over it and you like to talk a lot. Everything you say, everything you do, everything you claim to be true, you'll never change my thoughts on you, 'cause all you'll ever be is a blabbermouth.
All right, gang, there you have it. My chat with John Ward from Nothing Serious. And, of course, the 3 singles that they dropped this year, Jekyll and Hyde, which, of course, you heard John talk about a little bit ago there in the episode. Then, of course, Dysphoria. And the brand new single, Blabbermouth, which, let me tell you, it's a badass song. I really like Blabbermouth. And because I know who it's about, too. Out of respect, we're not going to say who. But, you know. It's not too hard to figure it out if you know the scene. But, yeah, it's fun. And I would like to reiterate the fact that if that person hears this for some reason, you got a problem with my voice, you got a problem with me, buddy. So, what's up? Just saying. Hit me up. I'm not a hard guy to find. Anyway. Take that how you will. Oh boy, I feel like if that person hears that, it's gonna cause some shit, and I'm honestly not even against it. I'm not even against it, but I want to thank you guys so much for listening.